Meet the Yamato, the biggest, heaviest battleship in human history. It weighed 70,000 tons. That is heavier than the Brooklyn Bridge.
Japan built it in total secret. They wanted a monster to rule the ocean. 1941. The world was burning, and Japan needed a miracle.
This ship was their answer. A floating fortress with the thickest armor ever made.
One hit from these guns could cut an American destroyer in half. On paper, the Yamato was invincible, a god of war.
But wars are not fought on paper. They are fought in blood.
But just as the monster set sail, a new predator appeared in the sky.
The age of battleships was dead. The aircraft carrier was the new king.
For years, the Yamato did nothing. It just sat in the harbor.
The crew ate steak and ice cream. They jokingly called it Hotel Yamato.
But by 1945, the party was over. The enemy was at the gate.
Japan was desperate. They ordered a mission with 0% survival rate. Operation Tengo. The Yamato would beach itself on Okinawa and fight to the death. They only gave the ship enough fuel to get there. There was no trip home.
3,000 men prepared to die. They sent locks of hair to their families.
April 6th. The monster sailed out into the dark ocean. Then, the clouds broke. 300 steelbirds dived for the kill. The Americans did not play fair. They swarmed the beast from every direction.
Yamato fought back! Her anti-aircraft guns turned the sky into a wall of fire!
But bullets cannot stop a torpedo. The first hammer blow struck the port side.
They attacked in waves. While one group distracted the guns, others aimed for the belly.
Water flooded the engine rooms. The giant began to slow down. Bombs rained down. They smashed the radar. The monster was now blind.
American pilots laughed. Hitting a target this big was like shooting a barn door. More torpedoes slammed home. The Yamato started to lean. She was dying.
The captain made a cruel choice. He flooded the other side to balance the ship.
The counter-flooding failed. The deck became a wall. Gravity was now the enemy.
23 p.m. The order came. Abandon ship.
Men slid into the sea like toys. There was nothing to hold on to. The captain refused to leave. He tied himself to the wheel. Sailors jumped into boiling oil. The ocean was on fire.
The massive guns touched the water. The monster rolled over.
Then the magazines detonated. A nuclear-sized blast tore the sky apart.
The mushroom cloud rose 4 miles high. It was seen from the mainland. Iron rain fell for minutes. Then, silence. Japan spent 3% of its national budget on this one ship. That money could have fed millions, or built 1,000 fighter planes.
Instead, they bet on a slow giant in a fast war.
Technology was the real killer. American radar saw through the dark.
Yamato's guns were manual. They could not hit the fast planes.
It was a sword brought to a gunfight. Totally useless.
The age of the battleship ended that day. Forever.
But the ocean is deep, and it keeps its secrets well.
The ocean hid the giant for 40 years. Silence ruled the waves.
Then, in 1985, Sonar found a massive shadow. Explorers dove 1,000 feet down into the crushing dark.
The lights hit steel. The golden crest was still there. The guns were silent now. Only coral grew on the barrels. The ship was torn in half. The explosion was absolute.
It rests deep in the dark. A lonely grave for an empire.
Nature reclaimed the monster. Fish swim where sailors died.
But the Yamato left us a warning. Do you hear it? The guns that were meant to conquer the world now house only fish.
Yamato proved one thing. The era of the battleship was dead.
Size does not matter anymore. Technology is the new master of the sea.
Today, she is a museum exhibit, a symbol of lost pride.
But for the families, she is a tomb. 3,000 souls rest there. Nations build monsters because they fear weakness. But monsters are blind. Iron rusts. Empires fall. Only the ocean remains.
The Pacific is peaceful now. The fire is long gone.
But history is a circle. And a new storm is already gathering.
But we must remember the human cost. It was catastrophic.
They were trapped in the dark, listening to the hull crush.
Out of 3,000, only 200 saw the sun again.
A generation of sailors was wiped out in 2 hours.
But one room in the wreck remains sealed shut. The captain's cabin.
Inside, it is silent. The captain chose honor.
The Yamato is not just a ship. It is a gravestone.